Same muzzle top, make your matzo crack. You got the groove sideways, don't get sidetracked. You still ain't make it out the cul-de-sac. Backed up to the limit, last pass on my visit. Either dance or hit the path of the mastodon, get it. Shout out to MTV, shout out to Exhibit. Show me how to pimp my ride while I MTV crib it. Miss Piggy Banks, Mr. Kermit Frog Ribbit. Missed in my tank, missing service by the minute. Gotta kick the universal suffragette exquisite and replace it with the new school sort of feudalism. But I gotta give away the Yankee doodleism. I don't know about it, man, it's planted in my noodle, is it? Am I an old pooch, just a new poodle? Is it just a new trick? Who said I couldn't learn without permission? Doing backflips when I'm under supervision. But in the field of play, I'll be losing all the missions. You know I feel your pain, cause I'll be losing when I listen to the man doing working and the women's in the kitchen, baby.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Game Night. We have all our gamers here on the screen for you. How's everybody doing tonight?
I'm doing well.
Yeah, we'll start with Doc. Doc, how are you?
I am doing well.
Good. Just so everybody knows, Doc and I are doing a combined show tomorrow where we're going to start on my channel and then we're going to end on his channel. So I hope to see everybody there. Dan, how are you doing all the way over there from across the pond?
I'm doing awesome. I'm having fun with my history stuff. So.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Good stuff. Dee Dee, how are you? You ready to win again?
Ready to win.
We have Erica here. Erica is our scorekeeper tonight as well. Thank you very much for that, Erica. Erica, how you doing?
I'm doing okay, suffering from a little bit of allergies, so
Yeah.
excuse the voice.
If you have allergies way up there in the frozen tundra where you're at, you would not last a minute down here. The allergies in Georgia are so much worse. I know.
I've heard.
Yeah, you see that big flowering tree behind me?
Mr. Zed, how are you doing tonight? You eating crayons down there? Are you muted? Yeah, he's muted. Yep. Can't hear him. So, Colonel Angus, we'll just move on to you. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Me and the car had a spa day today, so my teeth look wonderful. My hair's going all right.
Happy haircut. Like I said, I saw your picture on Twitter. Very good.
Thank you. And the car is finally clean. Washed all that pollen off.
Of course, we have Xena and Ava here. If any of our players need help, Xena and Ava will help them answer. I think that's the way we're going to do it tonight. And of course, News No Enemy. How are you doing, brother?
I think my microphone's on. I'm not sure. My camera doesn't want to work today.
Your microphone is on. Very good. At least we can hear. So we can see Mr. Zed and we can hear you. So combined, we have one whole player.
Wait. He's having my score. I lost already.
Hopefully, he can figure that out by the time we get to his turn. But I guess we'll just start out. That we have a new game that News No Enemy actually got for me, and it's called. Hold on, let me get the top of it. It's a trivia party game. I'm not saying you're stupid. So I'm guessing that these are going to be just regular trivia questions that we all should be able to get right, all of them, because we're all very smart people. We're not stupid, correct? That's what I was thinking too.
And the box was sealed when I gave it to her. I didn't look at the answers ahead of time.
Yeah, I did. They just watched me open it. So, oh my goodness, I might need reading glasses. These words on these cards are very small. We'll see if I can do it. So first up is Doc. You ready for your first question, Doc?
Yes, sure.
What is the maximum diameter that raindrops have been known to reach in inches?
Maximum diameter. Wow.
What is the maximum diameter? I don't understand how somebody would get this exactly correct. But I mean, I guess take a stab at it.
I'm just going to guess 2 inches.
It is 0.16 inches.
Okay.
These questions, we might have to switch to, if they're all this difficult, we might need to switch to
I'm not ready. I'm not ready to say, all right, co-pilot, you're going to have to help me out here.
I'm just curious how somebody caught one and measured it.
That's true too. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I don't even know.
Maybe it landed on a paper or something, and they measured the diameter from that.
Maybe.
I think it transfers to about a 1/4 inch.
There you
Some
go.
of them-
I don't have my engineering calculator. It's inside.
I think these questions might be too difficult because they're not multiple choice is the issue.
Wow.
We'll go through one round of this and then we'll decide how we feel, and we might just switch back to stupid criminals. We'll just switch back to a true false game. Welsh News Network, your question is, what year was commercial toilet paper invented?
Ew.
There's no way somebody would
There's no.
absolutely no way somebody would know this.
1908.
It is actually 1857.
That was a crappy year.
Questions are insane. Dee Dee, you want to take a stab at one?
Yeah, let's see.
How much does the average horse's heart weigh?
Oh my gosh.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to say 7.2 pounds.
I think we should give her a point for that. It's 7.9 pounds.
No,
which is
are you
closer
serious?
than I would have
Oh.
gotten. That's really good.
Wow.
Just remember, we're rounding up when it's my turn.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Erica, how many miles above the Earth does space begin? This one, somebody might, I would actually probably have known this. So, how many miles above the Earth does space begin if space is real?
Yeah.
40,000 feet.
62 miles. I don't know
Oh.
what that is in feet.
I don't like this game.
I don't like this game either. I said we're going to do one round and then we might have to switch it up.
Thanks, News Now.
I'm sure he just saw like a trivia game and is like, oh, this will be good. I appreciate it.
I read 2 of the questions and I knew the answers.
Have you known any of the ones we've read so far?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
That's why I bought the game, because I wanted new answers, new questions.
Mr. said, did you get your mic working?
No.
I can sort of hear him. Do you
He
want to?
sounds like he's locked in the basement.
Well, he is actually. I was just going to ask him if he wanted to come up and just pull up a chair next to me, but he's gone now. So we will move on to Colonel Angus.
Yeah.
All right. How many out of
Hey.
every 1,000 births in the U.S. results in twins?
Well, I should know this because my mom is a twin.
I'm just gonna watch.
Do you want to just pull up a chair?
Out of every 1,000,
You're good.
Okay.
I'm going to say 127.
34 is the answer. That's not even close.
But we can round down, right?
News Now enemy. How many Americans are estimated to have Alzheimer's disease?
352,746.
5.7 million. We're switching to a different game now. That's too much. That is just way too much. So my
It'd have been easier if
apologies.
they asked how many Canadians.
All of them. No.
All of them.
My apologies for not screening the game. I was thought to myself, oh, I'm not even going to look at it because then people can't accuse me of cheating. Hang out, talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to go grab another game. I'll be right back.
I got her the game last time. She complained that questions were a little too creepy. So I got her a game with no creepy questions, but they don't have answers.
You can't win with her. I've got a game of conspiracies and she doesn't want to play it because it doesn't fit her motif.
I can still hear you guys.
Oops.
No, you had your camera off. You're not supposed to listen.
All right, we're switching back to dumb criminals. We're starting over.
Okay.
Some of these, I assume it's been so many months since we played this. So even if we get repeats, what's the chances you guys are going to remember? I know I'm not. going to remember.
I'm
So
on my second tumbler, so there ain't no way.
We have a stack of cards. This is the dumb criminals game. All right, reset, everybody. Reset. How's everybody in the chat doing tonight? Kafer, did you want to? I'll send you a link if you want to jump up and play. Let's see.
He only wants to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Well, I'm going to send him a link anyway. Just in
He's
case.
boring.
All right,
that would not be a bad idea doing a Dungeons and Dragons game.
I've never once in my life played Dungeons and Dragons.
I did one time. I think that would have been one of the things I would actually got into if I actually knew people in high school that played it, because I do have a very interesting imagination.
I wouldn't even know where to start. Like, I wouldn't even know.
I like to play it in real life. Neighbors don't like it, though.
It's probably loud, I would assume. Disturbs the neighbors. Okay, we're starting over. Doc, this is we're going back to the true and false questions, so we at least have a shot, right?
Right.
This is the Dumb Criminals game. I don't know if you've been here before when we played it, but I'm going to read a crime and you're going to tell me if this actually happened or if they're just making it up for the game.
Oh, so it's kind of like, is this Florida or is this Germany?
Correct.
Okay.
James snatched an iPhone X from the hand of Jackie Gray in Croydon, UK, as he roared past her on his scooter. Unfortunately, James wasn't looking where he was going and crashed head-on into a police van. He was duly arrested as he regained consciousness. Is that true or false?
Oh, that has to be true. That kind of dumb stuff happens all the time.
You would think. That one is actually false.
Okay, if it was a different nation, if it was Florida, that would have been true.
Yeah.
If it was Florida, that would have been true.
It wasn't Jackie Gray. It was Jackie Blue.
Oh, there you go.
It could be. All right. Welsh News Network. This one is called Counterfeit Fun.
Wait, did he get it right?
He did not get it right.
Okay.
Millard Spencer was a graphic designer for a London publisher with access to high-end print equipment. After hours, Millard discovered that his machines could print near perfect 50-pound notes. One night, Millard accidentally left a sheet in the machine, revealing his hobby, landing him in jail for 6 years.
No.
That
False.
is correct. It is false. So
You hear about the counterfeiter that was making $10 bills and it cost him $12 to make one?
I did not. Is that a true story?
It is.
Why would you do that?
Criminals.
He should be in this game.
Mhm.
All right, Dee Dee, you ready? This one's called Cheetos. David Scott and Roger Wilkes were seen arguing in St. Louis near the convention center. The argument turned into a murder inquiry after David stabbed Roger once in the chest, killing him. It turns out the argument was over a bag of Cheetos. When you're hungry, nothing else matters.
I'm going to say true. And they caught him because he had orange stuff on his fingers.
That is true.
All right.
And I don't know how they caught him, but I remember when it happened because there was surveillance footage of that happening. And I think it was before I had my channel, but I remember seeing it on the internet. It was a crazy, it looked like they were just talking, and all of a sudden, like, the guy was sitting on the curb and he just got stabbed. It was nuts.
Wow.
You should have had a Snickers.
You get a point.
Yeah.
Right?
Satisfies.
Yep. Erica, you ready for your question?
Yes.
Cop gone bad. Police Sergeant Wes Brady of Hartford, Connecticut, liked to skim drugs from the scene of the crime at drug busts. When Wes found, I can read. I promise I can read. When Wes had found a few kilos worth, he would meet up with local Hells Angels leader to offload the stash. On his final meeting, Wes was arrested when he walked in on an undercover FBI sting that had been watching the biker gang for 18 months.
Oh, I hope it's true.
So are you guessing true?
I'm saying true.
It is false, actually.
Damn it.
But that would be a good one. I'm telling you what.
And who here among us hasn't skimmed a little extra drugs when we bust them? You know,
I mean, I've never done any drugs at all. What are you talking about?
allegedly.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Everybody knows that's not true. Who's up next? Colonel Angus. This one is called Born Yesterday. In 2013, 26-year-old Zachary of Boston snatched $40 from a woman, but in the process of fleeing the scene, he left behind a couple of bags containing his birth certificate and a note from his mother. He was arrested soon after the robbery.
Sounds reasonable. True.
True is correct.
All right.
You're tied for
The
the
bad thing is, I think I remember reading that article or hearing that case.
That's what every now and again I get a couple of these where I'm like, that sounds so familiar. I think I looked into this when it happened.
Wasn't there a bank robber not too long ago left his ID with the teller?
Something like that. There was one that the robber called the bank ahead of time and said, get the money ready. I'm coming in to rob the place. And they obviously called the police and had the police waiting there for him. Yeah. Hopefully that question doesn't come up because I just ruined the game if it did. But we saw Mr. Zed and I were watching something today about dumb criminals, and it came up on that one. Don't forget, if you don't know the answer, we can poll the audience. News
Who's
Now
going to
Enemy.
read for you? Are you
Nobody.
not playing?
I guess I'm just going to read all of them because Mr. Zed can't figure out the microphone. I think his mic, I'll look into it. See if we can get his microphone working. This one's called Fast Food. A robber who was foiled by a customer as he attempted to hold up a McDonald's and later arrested by police tried to sue the customer for preventing him from robbing the store. The case was thrown out of court and he was thrown into jail.
That sounds like something somebody would do, but I'm going to actually poll the audience and go see what they have to say.
All right. Polling the audience. Let's get that ready. I clicked the wrong button.
Yeah, I know. I'm making you work.
I know.
Remember, we don't want him to win, audience.
No, you cannot sway the audience like that. That's not fair.
Just kidding.
It's conspiracy. They're all against me.
That's right. We don't want to sway the audience. Of course, everybody should put in their Venmo as they vote.
All right. I just started the poll. I'll read the question again while they answer. This is News No Enemies question. A robber who was foiled by a customer as he attempted to hold up a McDonald's and later arrested by police tried to sue the customer for preventing him from robbing the store. The case was thrown out of court and he was thrown into jail. True or false? It's literally exactly 50-50 right now, which is not a lot of help to you.
Well, that's because Eric is over there swaying them.
Now we're at
Now,
four
come
votes, though.
on.
Let's give it a minute because only 4 people have voted. So give it a minute.
I would never do that against you.
Yeah, you would in a heartbeat, Katie. Yeah, no, I know.
It was a joke.
I mean, I heard her try to sway. I did hear that happen, though. Like if if they asked me to testify under oath in court, I would have to say that you did try to sway the audience. Is all I'm saying.
I
I'm
know.
swaying
Katie
for the
said, I'm
audience.
just going to say, shh.
I just plead the fifth. Just plead the fifth.
I'm going with the audience. It's 50-50, so
The audience actually is now at 82% true and 90% true and 18% false is where the
All
audience
right.
is.
After what Erica said, if the audience is saying true, I'm going to have to go with false.
False is correct. You get a point.
Well played.
You foiled her plan is what you did.
Oh, good one. You outsmarted me.
Thank you, audience. Doc. Well, I guess this was just our first round, right, Erica? So who all has a point so far?
That was the second round. The first round, nobody got points.
Well,
No,
technically,
actually,
Dee Dee got 1 point the first
Yeah,
round.
but
So
I didn't count that.
We can give Dee Dee that point. That was the
Okay.
hardest game ever. Like
Okay,
the
so she's
fact
got.
that yeah,
Okay,
Yeah,
so
closest to having the right answer.
Win has one, Dee Dee has two, Colonel has one, and News Now has one. So Dee Dee's winning.
okay. Doc, your
Yes.
question is the title of this one is called Pregnant. 3 couples from Swindon, UK attended birthing classes every week. The couples got on well initially, but by the 3rd week, police had to get called to break up a fight after 2 of the pregnant women started to pick on the 3rd pregnant lady, calling her fat. She did not take kindly to this and was arrested for knocking out the other 2 ladies.
Okay.
Because she was fat.
Like there's so many layers to this. I know pregnant women are very emotional, right?
Yeah.
But if you're pregnant yourself, would you call somebody fat? Like that just I don't know. So but this is just many layers. This is like an onion question. So
Have
good
you
luck.
ever met a woman? So,
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm like.
Never.
Very, very good question. But I would think I would probably have heard something about that like that if it ever really truly happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to go with false.
False is correct. You get a point for that. I could see how it might happen though, right?
Yeah, I would, but I think it would before it got to that point. The coach would step in and kind of calm things down.
that one could have definitely been 50-50.
Have you ever tried to get between British women when they're fighting? You don't do that.
I've been in a fight in England before, as a matter of fact.
Hey, Dan, I'm going to tell you there is a reason why we stay armed over here.
I was not armed when I was visiting Great Britain, so it was just my fists. Sorry, that's a story for another day. We'll tell that when next time my mom's on because she was there when it happened. We'll tell that story. Dan, are you ready?
No.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to be ready because your question is entitled Benjamin. A Target store in Augusta, Georgia, agreed to take back a printer from a dissatisfied customer. Upon checking the item, the store clerk noticed that the customer had forgotten to remove some of his work from the printer, a bunch of counterfeit bills. He was arrested shortly after.
Huh.
Lots of counterfeit
Yeah,
ones.
true.
It is true. Can you believe that? I can't even
Yep.
believe that's true. Augusta, Georgia. How about that? And the
If it
fact
wasn't for
that
the
he's
thought,
trying to
might
return the
get
printer.
shot. Yeah,
he
but I was
doing?
thinking but I was struggling because I'm thinking if I say the wrong thing here, I may get shoot at. But I was thinking, it's Georgia. Yeah, this doesn't surprise me.
Literally more than 50% of the people on your screen right now are sitting in Georgia, I believe.
I don't think any of us from Augusta, though.
Yeah, none of us are in Augusta, so that's fine.
I know, but I drive through Augusta a lot, so.
I can't remember the last time I've been to Augusta. I used to manage a Kroger in Evans, Georgia, which is like a suburb of Augusta. So that's probably the last time I was out that way. Who's up next? Dee Dee, you're up.
Okay.
This is as seen on CCTV. When faced with coming home empty-handed after his latest burglary fail, Tyrone Marquise of Seattle noticed the expensive-looking security camera on the wall. In seconds, it was off the wall and in his bag. Unfortunately for Tyrone, the camera was on and recording the whole theft, leading to his arrest.
Wow. Sweet justice. I'm going to say that's
false,
true.
actually. But that would have been hilarious. Like if it's streaming to the cloud and they watch him like pull it out of his bag and his like in his car or his house. Yeah. That would be great video to go over.
Well.
All right, Erica. This one's for you. It's so hard to read because I have lights on me when I'm streaming, and it's so hard to I need sunglasses to do this. Or I could just turn off the light and I'll do that. I'll just look like this for the rest of the show. Excuse me. This one is called, this is for Erica. It's 2 for 1 is the title of this one. 2 men in Poland got into a serious argument that became so heated that one of the men called the police. Once they had calmed down and their identification was taken, both turned out to be on the police's most wanted list. True or false?
I'm going to say false.
It is true, actually. You should the tip
I
there
know.
is that they're Polish.
Wow, racist much?
I grew up in the 90s when Polish jokes were okay.
Oh yeah.
Plus, everybody thought I was Polish my whole life, so I heard all of the Polish jokes.
When I was a kid, I had one of those Polish coffee mugs that has the handle on the inside.
My brain trying to figure out how that would work. All right. Polish coffee mug, Colonel Angus. Ensuring Jail, this one is called. Billy Langsworthy of Cardiff, Wales. Am I pronouncing that right? Welsh News Network, Cardiff?
If you're saying it in English, yeah, but we actually say Cardiff.
Yeah, that place. You can just, you just say it for me. Stole a brand new RS6 Audi from the local Audi garage. The garage got the car back within 2 days after Billy tried to insure the new car. The clever insurance clerk noticed the car was stolen, and after running the plate check, called the cops. True or false?
Well, he's not from Augusta, Georgia.
Mm-mm.
Let's poll the audience.
Okay. You're going to poll the audience. I'm going to do true.
Audi RX-7. I thought Mazda made the RX-7.
I have no idea. So we've started the poll, and I'll read the question again. Ensuring Jail. Billy Langsworth of Cardiff, Wales. I'm not going to be able to say it the way Dan said it. Stole a brand new RS6 Audi from the local Audi garage. The garage got the car back within 2 days after Billy tried to insure the new car. The clever insurance clerk noticed that the car was stolen, and after running a plate check, called the cops on Billy. True or false?
Okay, RS-7. No, Mazda.
RS6. It says.
RS-6. So that'd be a Rally Sport 6.
No clue.
Yeah.
I drive a Buick, so
I drive one of the most stolen vehicles in the country.
a Kia.
Nah, Dodge Challenger. That's why I got it in the 6-speed, because then only 20% of the country can steal it.
Gotcha. I could steal it if I wanted to. The audience is saying 78% true, 22% false right now.
Why would he try to insure it? I mean, stupid criminals?
The name of the game is called Dumb Criminals, so
Yeah.
that could be part of it, really.
I'll go with the
Please
audience.
remember there are 5,000 like AMPR number plate Cardiff, so you wouldn't be able to drive without insurance without being pulled.
Oh, I forgot you guys live in a surveillance state over there.
Yeah.
That is true.
We also get our stolen property back.
Interesting. So I'm sorry, did you say you were going to go with the audience?
Yeah, they said true. I'll go true.
It is false. You should never
got
trust
it,
the
audience.
audience. Do you remember when we first started doing game night and the audience was like 90% correct on all of them? They're really going downhill recently. It's all I'm saying.
You might want to cut some of your audience.
I think they used to cheat and now they don't. I think that's the problem. I think they used to Google the answers.
Come on, audience. Let's start cheating again.
News Now
There
enemy.
was a giveaway on that one, though, that it was false.
What was that?
Insurance clerk.
Well, we don't know if you have insurance clerks over there. We're not from there. You could have we have insurance salesmen here. So
And
Everything here is done by computer. You do it online. You don't speak to another human being, God forbid.
Right.
Yeah, but somebody's got to process the information.
Yeah.
That's all done by software.
News No Enemy. This is a perfect question for you. It's entitled "How High Will?"
Very.
We will get to the super or the membership here in a second. Whoever just received that membership, feel free to join. The link to join. This is my members up on the screen now. The link to join is in the what's it called now? It's not community section anymore. It's the posts or whatever it is. For members. So if you want to join, Ben Darling received a membership. You're welcome to jump up here. Okay, so News No Enemy. How high? Will Jeffries of Stockton, Ohio, stole a semi from the local diner close to I-80. As he took the truck back to his storage unit, he underestimated the truck's height and weight. And wedged it under a bridge. Police were called, and Willie was arrested.
13-6. Wait.
Yep.
What are my choices?
True or false? He stole a semi truck from a diner and then got it stuck under a bridge.
Oh yeah. If you're gonna steal a truck, you're dumb and you don't know how tall they are. So I'm gonna have to poll the audience, but I'm leaning towards true.
We're gonna poll the audience. Do you remember? In case anybody out there doesn't know that News No Enemy is my actual real life brother, he is. Our father used to work on Springfield Avenue in Chicago, and there was a bridge, a short bridge like that, right next to his work. And there used to be trucks stuck under that thing all the time.
All the time.
Yeah. Or you'd see the truck stop and they'd be like letting air out of their tires next to the bridge.
No, they get the front stuck under it and then let the air out of the tires and try to back out.
Yep.
And the first thing the cops ask is, "Get your truck stuck?" And they go, "No, I'm delivering a bridge."
There's your sign. So we're polling the audience, and while we're polling the audience, we are going to give the doggos a treat because News No Enemy was nice enough to gift a membership while we're on air, which means we'll wake them up for this. Zena, you're literally at work right now. What are you doing sleeping on the job? This is how we pay for the dog biscuits. Do you want this?
Here you go, Homer.
She almost caught it. How about that?
Wow.
You ready? That one did catch it. Thank you so much for the gifted membership. And the audience is, wow, they're pretty split right now. 44% are saying true, 56% are saying false. So false is technically winning.
Oh, I was about to say false was losing because I see 2 falses and 4 trues, but I can't see your poll.
Oh, 44% are saying true, 56 are saying false.
Oh, less people are saying true. I'm going to have to go with the less people.
So what are you saying? True or false?
Whatever's on the card there is what I said. Look at the bottom, read it. All right. I'll have to say true.
It is false.
See, I told you, don't go with the audience.
The audience was correct this time.
But you told me not to go with the audience. Oh, I see
know.
what it is. First, Eric is screwing me up. Now you're screwing me up.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, don't blame me. I have a brother that already blames me for shit.
I mean, everything is your fault, right? I realized I didn't change the color of the light. Give me 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves. It looks weird when my hall light is on like that. I got to change the color of it. There we go. We'll go with purple.
You want us to talk to ourselves? I do that all the time. And everybody tells me not to.
That looks much better, doesn't it?
Well,
We just
I
got
myself all the time. I need an expert opinion.
5 more gifted memberships from Idaho Wiggles.
Thank you, Idaho.
So much. And you know who else appreciates it? 5 gifted memberships, I think, deserves a duck foot, right? I think that's reasonable.
Absolutely.
Ooh, crunchy, crunchy.
Oh, they stink so bad.
Okay, so at the end of this round, Doc has 1. Win has 2. Dee Dee has 2. I have 0. Colonel has 1. And News Now has 1.
Okay. Oh my goodness,
So we
that
have
stinks.
a 2-way tie between Win and Dee Dee.
Okay.
And remind me again how many memberships it takes to be gifted to get you to eat one of them duck feet.
Absolutely 0, because I mean I'm not going to eat the duck. The duck's feet are out of the question. Out of the question. I did hear Kafar say that he would eat one for.
1,000.
I believe I heard Kafar say he would eat one for like $100 though. So I will, if that happens, I will mail him one. Is he still here? Does he know I'm throwing him under the bus like this?
I just invite him
No,
to the
he
4th of
probably
July party, and I'll bring $100.
He's actually coming to Patriot Jam this year, Colonel Angus. So if you're going to be in Nashville on July 26th, we might be able to make it happen.
I will not be, but I'll Venmo you $100.
All right, next round. Oh, sorry. Go
Katie
ahead.
said.
Yep.
So Ben won.
You broke up a little bit.
Erica froze.
What did you say, Erica? Erica's frozen. Do. We'll see if she comes back. I'm going to continue the game, and when she comes back, Erica, if you can hear us, you might want to pop out and pop back in, maybe? I'm not sure. All right, Doc.
Can you hear me?
Oh, now we can hear you. What were you saying? We lost you. We lost you again. So close. I feel like she's got something very important to say. I don't know what it is, though. All right, Doc, here's your question, and then we'll see if Erica comes back. This one is entitled Sink or Swim. For the ex-Navy diver that lived in the French Riviera, Armand Cavalier, the plan was simple. Swim underwater to one of the luxury yachts moored in the bay, rob it, and swim back to the shore. Unfortunately, he miscalculated the amount of air he needed for the return swim and died. His body and the jewels were found washed up on the local beach. True or false?
All right. So, which nation? You say he was a Navy diver, right? Which nation?
It does not say. All the information I have, I just read to you.
But by his name and the fact that he lives in France, that sounds like he's French. And we know they ain't too bright, so I'm gonna go with it. That's true.
It is actually false.
Ah.
Erica, are you back yet? Uh-oh.
I am. Can you hear me?
Now we can hear you. What were you trying to say
Okay.
before?
Ben Darling wants to join.
Yeah.
So can you send him a link?
I don't know how do I get a hold of you, Ben Darling? Is he in? Oh, he's in your Discord, isn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me see if I can figure this out. Okay, I got it. I think I got it. I think I can message him. Oh, okay. I have to add you as a friend, Ben? Okay, I've done that. Add friend. And let me see if I can message you the link. All right. I think I've messaged you the link, Ben Darling, I believe. Okay. We've done.
Okay, so because I clicked out, did Doc get that one?
He did. Or no, did you? No, you didn't. He didn't.
Okay. So it's Wynn's turn, right?
It is. Okay. This one is entitled A Sticky End. Romanian pig farmer Andrei Florin stole most of his pigs from the surrounding villages simply by tempting the pigs into his van with homemade sugar-coated apples. Unfortunately, when stealing some of the pigs from nearby, Andre fell into the sty with pockets full of sticky apples and was subsequently eaten by the pigs. Extra points if you can name which case I covered where people were eaten by pigs.
That's right. We know that's true.
I remember she did it to a bunch of homeless dudes.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I can't remember what her name was.
Yeah, it was the Sheehy.
It was
Yeah.
Susan
Yeah,
Monica
Fran.
was her name. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So
going to
is
say
that-
true.
It is actually false, but very plausible. Welcome, Ben Darling.
Hello, thank you.
Well,
Can you hear me?
welcome. We can.
Excellent. First time I've ever done one of these, any stream anywhere on YouTube. So thank you.
Really? I feel honored that you decided to come up on my channel.
Broke his cherry.
Yeah.
Hi, Ben.
Hi, Erica.
This is actually, I love doing this just because it's like just hanging out with friends. And one of my favorite things to do, like, I don't go out to bars and stuff like that. I invite people over and we sit around in my dining room and play board games. So this is what I would do with my real life friends too.
Yeah, I'd prefer that much over going out and doing anything.
Yep. I'm a homebody for sure. All right. This next question is for Dee Dee. This one
Okay.
is entitled Speaker Spark. Grayson DeHavilard attended a Metallica concert at the Hollywood Bowl. He decided he wanted to steal a Marshall speaker as a souvenir. Sadly for Grayson, he was knocked unconscious after being electrocuted. He was then arrested for endangering life when he regained consciousness. I didn't know endangering life. I guess that's a charge, right? Endangering life.
Yeah, but he was endangering his own.
That's what I was thinking. Let me reread that because I stumbled through it. Grayson DeHavilard attended a Metallica concert at the Hollywood Bowl. He decided he wanted to steal a Marshall speaker as a souvenir. Sadly for Grayson, he was knocked unconscious after being electrocuted. He was arrested for endangering life when he regained consciousness.
Everything about that sounds true except for the actual charge, but that is California. So
You never know.
maybe I'm going to say true. I'll go with my gut.
It's actually false. That was false.
Okay.
And he would have been released on his own recognizance.
The only thing that didn't sound like the speakers that they had, like a Marshall speaker that they would have at a concert, is like it's like you can't stick it in your pocket. They're giant.
That's true. Yeah, good point.
I think his parents need charges for naming him Grayson.
That's not a bad name.
Oh, I like that name.
Yeah, I like that name too.
Wait a
We
minute.
just outvoted you. We totally outvoted
Poll
you.
the
Shut up,
audience.
Colonel.
Is Grayson a sucky name, audience? Let's poll him.
Well, it could have been a boy named Sue.
Yeah.
That's true. All right, Erica, this one's for you. Hold on, I got a cough. I have to get to that mute button faster. Okay. Erica, Gentleman Thief, this one is entitled. Jay Brock was an expert safecracker and burglar. His calling card was a suit, tie, and a mask, often caught on video. One day, Jay burglarized a home, cracking a safe and netting cash and diamonds. Jay accidentally closed the safe on his tie and he could not free himself. The owner showed up and called the cops, ending Jay's career.
True.
It's false.
Oh,
I so suck tonight.
That's okay. I don't have any points at all. So.
Wah.
Erica's obviously never wore a tie.
Well, can't you just get it? Like I was
I
thinking,
did.
if the end of the tie gets stuck in the safe, can't you still like get your head? Like, how would that get you
Take it
stuck
off
there?
and
Worst
Yeah.
case scenario, you cut it off.
Well, I mean, if the safe is heavy enough and you can't reach anything to cut it with, I could say. I
Well,
mean, I
that's-
don't know.
Well, if you're a burglar, you would carry a knife with you.
Well, these are it's called dumb criminals, so
well,
Well, he was
he
a gentleman, but it sounded like he was a professional gentleman's burglar. He would have a knife on him.
probably.
He would be a little bit more prepared than getting stuck with a tie.
With his stuck with his tie in a safe. Colonel, you ready?
Sure.
This one is called I Do. Shanice
Oh.
Bent of Pontypridd, Wales, probably mispronounced that too, pretended to be a hard up single parent with little money so she could claim extra benefits from the government. However, Shanice was quickly arrested after turning up at the benefits office wearing her wedding ring. True or false? I don't know how benefits work over there. Like if they get, I assume they get less if they're married.
Yeah, but wedding ring, that don't mean nothing. I mean, look at all the gay guys from Hollywood that were married. I mean, that don't mean nothing.
Well, and a lot of people, like my niece was wearing a promise ring the other day. And I'm like, did you just get engaged? She's like, no, it's a promise ring. So I don't know if a ring really even means that much anymore.
Yeah, I'm just going to go false.
It is false.
Boom.
I've never worn on my like left ring finger anything but a wedding ring, but apparently people are wearing promise rings there nowadays. I guess that's a thing.
What are they promised?
I don't know. I don't get it, but
A lifetime of
misery.
promises.
I guess it's like a promise to eventually get engaged and get married.
That's smarter than putting an engagement ring on it.
Yes.
Wait, so it's a promise to get married.
Yeah, it's a promise to get married. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. But I kind of get it because she's still in school, so it's like we're committed to each other, but we're gonna finish what we're doing first. I think is the gist of it.
Smart move.
I don't remember whose turn it was. Just
it's News Now.
Okay, News Now. Are you ready for your next question?
Oh, I thought I just got a point. I got to do this again.
He's the biggest cheater. He's worse than my mom.
I know. I can hear him like Googling.
I know. You need to get a quieter keyboard, bro.
Yeah.
That's why I won't turn his camera on.
Well, that's why my camera doesn't work today. It shows my keyboard.
This one's called Have a Nice Day. A thief broke into a restaurant in Hickory, North Carolina, and removed the cash register before making his getaway. Unfortunately, he failed to notice a trail of white cash register tape hanging from the register. The police simply followed it to his apartment where they found him trying to open up the register.
I think I've heard of that because he lived next door. And they went out the door, a building over and up the stairs. Hang on, read that again.
All right. Thief. So you have time to Google it?
Yeah, exactly. Katie said.
A thief broke into a restaurant in Hickory, North Carolina, and removed the cash register before making his getaway. Unfortunately, he failed to notice a trail of white cash register tape hanging from the register. The police simply followed it to his apartment where they found him trying to open the register.
All right. Well, we got Christo in the chat now. Welcome. And he's saying false. So I'm going to go with false.
It is true. You should have went with your gut instinct.
Damn it.
You've obviously never changed the tape on a cash register. That cylinder's like this big.
You probably have a mile's worth of tape in like a mile. At least a half a mile. Yeah.
I figured you'd rip at one point.
You would think.
Pretty thick stuff.
All right, and welcome to the game, Ben Darling. This is Ben's first question. This is true or false. The name of the game is Dumb Criminals.
Rightio.
The title of your question is Father-Son Time. A thief decided to take his son along with him when he robbed a local pet shop. But he was so busy counting all of the money, he left his son behind. All the police officers had to do was ask the child for the name and number of his father. True or false?
I really feel like I should just flip a coin and that would give me a better chance of winning. But I shall play the game as prescribed and I shall say true, I believe.
True is correct. 1 point for you.
I'm beating you, Erica.
Oh, Ben.
His first game and he's already winning.
And she likes it.
Oh. That is funny.
Erica, did you want to go over the points before we get to? I think we're on round 4 now, aren't we?
Yes. So Doc has 1. Win has 2. Dee Dee has 2. As Ben pointed out, I have 0. Colonel has 2. And News now has 1. And Ben has 1.
All right. Very
And
good.
thank you, News Now, for my gifted membership while I think of it.
Oh, no problem. At least we're not losing.
I still have 0 points, by the way.
Yes, but Mr. Zed failed because he's not rating for you.
Yes, she's had 4 tries and has gotten them. Actually, she's doing 100% tonight.
He's not failing. His equipment is failing. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Maybe
all
he
right.
should watch more erectile dysfunction commercials.
There are
All
a
right.
lot of them.
Yeah, true. All
Stop
right, Doc.
talking about hymns.
This question is entitled Yummy Carrots. 2 burglars in Brazil jumped out of a window with a stash of jewelry when they were disturbed by police. The 2 were quickly picked up, but while in custody, one man became ill. X-rays later showed 2 rings, a pendant, and a necklace. After some swift surgery, the items were identified and police did the rest.
Okay, all right. That one's kind of lost me a little bit.
I'll reread it. 2 burglars in Brazil jumped out of a window with a stash of jewelry when they were disrupted. It's because I can't read. That's why it didn't make sense. 2 burglars in Brazil jumped out of a window with a stash of jewelry when they were disrupted by police. The 2 were quickly picked up, but while in custody, one man became ill. X-rays later showed 2 rings, a pendant, and a necklace. I'm assuming in his, like he swallowed them. After some swift surgery, the items were identified and the police did the rest.
Well, I mean, good Lord, we've heard stories all the time about how they swallow things just to try to get away. So I'm going to go with true on that one.
True is correct.
Yeah, I think it was just last week some guy robbed Tiffany's and swallowed the earrings and rings and asked the police if he would be charged for what was in his stomach.
Yep.
Yeah, it was like thousands of dollars.
Crazy.
Well, that's
I
gonna be-
remember
that's
seeing
gonna
that.
be- yeah, that's going to be an expensive poop.
Thank you so much for the gifted memberships. Ava appreciates it. I can't reach Ava. Xena, can you catch? Xena caught that for you, Erica. Did you see that? She caught it
I
for you.
love her. We're working together. Secretly, you don't know. We're working on her catching ability.
You're practicing after hours?
Yes.
Whose turn is it?
Wins.
Okay. This one's called It's a Grind. A South American man thought he'd hit it rich after robbing a local coffee bean distributor in the early hours of the morning. What he hadn't anticipated were the highly caffeinated security guards who had seen the entire ordeal on camera and were waiting for him when he exited the building. True or false?
True.
It is false.
Yeah, you know a coffee company ain't gonna give their security guards free coffee.
I don't know if just being around the coffee being roasted might get you caffeinated. I'm not sure how it all
Yeah,
works.
just assuming the security guards were nicking it themselves.
Probably.
I mean, come on, we all know that security guards are the worst thieves in any organization.
Probably true. All right, Dee Dee.
Right.
This one is entitled Bills. Michael Fuller thought he could make some easy money, so he created a $1 million bill. With his new bill, he visited his local Walmart in Lexington, North Carolina.
It's my hometown.
He bought items worth $476 while arguing that the change due was $999,500 $999,524 in change at the register. The police were called and Michael was arrested.
Gosh. I could see somebody doing that.
The name of the game is Dumb Criminals.
Dumb Criminals,
It was at
exactly.
Walmart.
I tell you, that's my hometown.
Okay, I'm going with true, Colonel.
It is true. And
Yeah, I
what's
remember when that hit the news.
What's funny
Wow.
about that, remember I told you guys, Mr. Zed and I were watching some YouTube video today. This is one of the stories they told on that Watch Mojo Stupid Criminals
wow.
YouTube video we watched today. Yeah,
Well, you know,
I honestly cannot believe that. Is that true?
Yeah.
it's true.
I think one of my cousins actually dated that guy at one time.
Can
No.
you imagine just thinking that Walmart would have $900,000 in change just in the
Right.
register? It wouldn't even fit in the register, first of all.
Wow.
But even in the store altogether, they don't have that much cash laying around. It's crazy.
See, I was
don't even
gonna
think
ask
banks
whether that
do.
guy was related to Angus, but you know.
It's his twin brother.
No,
He said twins run his family. So
my family ain't that stupid, and we're not criminals.
well,
Allegedly.
I'm about ready to tell
Allegedly.
I'm about ready to tell people if they got any loose $2 bills around, I'll buy them off of them for a $1 bill.
I was going to go to the
So-
bank and see if they had any $2 bills.
Honestly, okay, so a funny story about $2 bills.
Okay.
My aunt, my son's godmother, would give him $2 bills for every holiday. So I would pack him lunch. And once I started working in the lunchroom, she would say, "Oh, your son is the one that is paying me in $2 bills." I was like, "Why is he paying you in $2 bills?" He wanted the school lunch more than he wanted a home cooked
no.
lunch.
Yeah, I do miss that pizza from school.
Oh,
Good
square-
stuff.
square
Mhm.
pizza.
Oh, my grandma was a head cafeteria employee, so yeah, she hooked me up with some school pizza.
Heck yeah.
My grandma
I
used to
actually got
send $2 bills in like Christmas cards and birthday cards and stuff like that. We would always
Yeah,
get $2
that
I
was a
had
thing.
$2 bills in front of me because one of my customers used to tip me with them.
Oh, nice.
My grandfather was an insurance salesman in Lexington, North Carolina, and his business card was a $2 bill. It said Twee, TWEE, and then had his picture in the middle of it. I sure wish I had one of those still.
I don't remember where we were at. Whose turn was it?
Mine.
Okay. Are you ready, Erica?
Yes.
Selfie mugshot.
Oh, goodness.
After serving 5 years for bank robbery, a man walked into a bank and robbed it. He and his girlfriend snapped a series of selfies with the stolen cash and posted them to Facebook. Many people looked at the photos, including the police. The couple was arrested shortly thereafter.
True.
It is true, and I've covered that story on my channel on
Oh, wow.
Crimeland. I covered
Erica.
that one.
Erica scored.
I got one.
Yay!
Good job.
I'm on the board.
Congratulations, Erica.
I wonder how many people have been arrested for posting stupid pictures on Facebook.
A
Have
lot
a
of
lot.
them.
I mean, Americans, not Europeans.
I'm thinking we could have an entire game series of just people who got caught because they posted their crimes on social media.
Yep.
Well, there was that teenage girl who successfully robbed a bank. They had no idea who had done it until they looked on social media, and she'd recorded herself with the money, bragging about having robbed the bank.
Well, and there was those guys recently who
Yeah.
were in like a stolen car and ran over somebody on a bicycle and recorded it and posted it. And they're like in jail for murder right now. Like, why would you post that? You just killed somebody.
And the guys who were breaking into the professional baseball players' houses, they posted all their stuff
Oh
on
yeah.
Facebook.
Well, and that there was that crime ring similar to where they were breaking into like Paris Hilton's house and like celebrities' houses. They were posting that too. I saw a whole Netflix documentary about that. I don't remember the name of it, but it was a very good documentary. So if you see it pop up on your Netflix, watch that one.
I don't
In
think it
Cobb
was Tiger
County.
King.
What's that, Dee Dee?
I was going to say in Cobb County, Georgia, that was one of the main ways that they caught a bunch of gang members, because they would typically commit a crime and then they would write like this really bad rap song and they would post it on their Facebook page, and they'd be bragging about all their crimes, and it would be the details that the
Wow.
cops had, and so then they could go and arrest them.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
People
Yeah,
are
Dominic Wilkins ain't got no alarms.
I think we need to get together and create our own game of like true or false. Did this person actually post this crime on social media and get caught?
Right?
We'll create our own game. Colonel Angus, I believe you're up next. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I believe you are correct because I need a refill. So
Locked in.
100%.
This one's called Locked In. A car thief in South Africa was foiled when the auto lock system of a car he broke into trapped him inside. The man was stuck for 1.5 hours shouting for help while the amused passerbys pointed and laughed. When the owner of the car finally returned, she yelled, "What are you doing in my car?" before unlocking it. True or false?
all right, now I know this happened the other day. Some guy tried to steal a Corvette out of a parking garage, and it automatically locked on him. But there's a lever, like right down by the bottom of the door. That wasn't in South Africa, though. That was over here. Dadgummit. Let's poll the audience.
All right. We are going to.
If you're going to
poll-
steal a car, research and find out where the emergency release handle is.
Exactly. You better do it before I can reach my pistol. Sway the audience. Sway for the audience.
All right, remember, audience, treat him like you treat me, or that's just not going to be fair.
All right. I put the poll up. I'm going to reread the question. It's called Locked In. A car thief in South Africa was foiled when the auto lock system of the car he broke into trapped him inside. The man was stuck for 1.5 hours shouting for help while amused passerbys pointed and laughed. The owner of the car finally returned. She yelled, "What are you doing in my car?" before unlocking it.
Now, the auto lock, he'd have had to put it in drive and proceeded at least 100 feet right before it goes click, click. At least that's the way mine works.
Do cars lock people inside? That seems crazy to me. Like
My
it seems
doors
like
lock as soon as you put it in gear.
yeah, but you should. But if you, it doesn't lock you inside though. Like if you were to open the door, you could
If
still
I
open
pull
the
my
door, right?
handle, the door unlocks it by itself. But some
Yeah.
cars pulling the handle doesn't automatically unlock it, and if it locks the doors, all you got to do is push the unlock button.
Exactly.
Did they give a year on that?
No, you have all the information that I have. According to John, it may be legal to have flamethrowers to prevent carjackings. So yeah, probably there's not safety rules in place like there is here in South Africa. So that is something to consider. The audience is saying 62% true, 38% false at the moment.
You know what I want is a trunk monkey.
Oh, I love those commercials.
Yeah, those are great. I'm going to go
I got a
false.
trunk monkey button installed in my car recently. I got a video about it on my channel.
Heck yeah.
So
I'm
the
going
audience,
false.
you're
I'm
going
going false
against.
just so I can get another drink.
You're going against the audience. Is that
Seems to
correct?
be a
Split
pattern.
audience, though.
It is actually true. That actually
God damn
happened.
it.
You're wrong.
I really need a drink after that. I'll be back.
The audience was correct that time. How about that?
Of course.
All right, news now. Getaway driver Elias Connor was the first wheelchair bound bank robber to rob an American bank. After entering the bank in St. Petersburg, Florida, he pulled out his gun and grabbed the cash before making his getaway on his own set of wheels. Elias was only caught when police were called to a strip club where a man in a wheelchair was creating a scene and throwing $100 bills in the air.
And that was Pinellas County. I remember hearing that story because I used to live in Pinellas County. True.
It is actually false.
What?
It's false. But I kind of wish it was true because that guy was having the time of his life, wasn't he? He was living all of his life in one day.
I just love the confidence of actually saying what county it happened, and then it turns out it was false.
It was false, yeah. All right, Ben. This one's called Bounty. Muhammad Ashan was a low-level Taliban commander in Afghanistan. That is, until he turned himself in to collect the $100 reward that was being offered for his capture. He was quickly arrested and jailed. Nobody knows if he got the cash. True or false?
Well, not sure how much 100 Yankee dollars would be worth in Afghanistan, how it would be regarded, and whether that has any bearing. But let's say true.
It is true.
Yay!
That's a crazy story. $100.
Okay.
I mean, well, to be fair, I mean that $100 probably translated into a new donkey.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So at the end of round 4, Doc has 2, Win has 2, DD you have 3, I have 1, Colonel you have 2, New Nows you have 1, Ben has 2.
Beginner's luck.
All right.
Now I got a question. Since I donated his membership, does his points score on me? So I should have
Absolutely
3, right?
not.
Oh,
Absolutely
I thought I
not.
had help here.
Worth a try.
Nope. That's not how it works.
Shouldn't he be losing a point because the guy he bought the membership for is beating him? Therefore, he should take a point off him.
Quite possibly.
Mr. Zed is letting us know that $100 is several months' wages in Afghanistan, and he worked there for a year during the wartime, so he would know. So it wasn't like $100; it was more like several thousand, probably $10,000 or something. I don't know. Like in
And Cellulite did. Cellulite Yoga just posted something too. Hey.
All right, Doc.
5.
All right.
What round are we on? 5, did you say?
Round 5.
All right. Next left jail is the name of this one. A gang of armed robbers was swiftly caught and arrested in Wellington, New Zealand, after their getaway car was recovered along with a GPS device. When the police checked it, they found the route the car had taken to the robbery along with the home address of the driver. That is so dumb.
So the police found a car, checked the GPS.
Yep.
That crap happens all the time. Yeah, that's true.
It is actually false.
Wait,
It is actually false. But a little tip for you guys, don't put your home address in your GPS. Like when it asks you for your home address, put somewhere near where you live so you can find your way home from there. But don't put your actual home address. That's just silly. Because if somebody steals your car and they know you're not home, they can go right to your house and rob your house too. So
Good call.
And use your garage door opener that's right there in the car. Yeah,
exactly.
Funny story about 4 or 5 months ago. I was at the bar across the street here, and I was going to get a lift home, and fat fingered my address, and it dropped me off at my neighbor's house. But I was too drunk to realize I was at the wrong house. And so I was trying to put my key in the door, and their Ring camera comes on, goes, wrong house. Wrong house.
That sounds exactly like something you would do.
Yeah.
You're lucky their door wasn't open. You could have just fell asleep on their couch or something. We've seen those stories all the time on my channel. Where
I'm lucky I didn't get shot.
yeah,
And if I did, it'd have been my own fault. I couldn't have blamed them.
yeah.
Did it recognize you as the neighbor?
I hope not. I haven't apologized for it yet. So I just said we'll just let this be bygones be bygones.
When we're
We're
not
gonna
on
let this
air,
one
I will
slide.
tell you a story about a wrong address.
All right. Dan,
It's Gwen's turn.
remote no control. Jared Riker of Idaho Falls, Idaho, had just got his stolen 42-inch flat screen TV home when he noticed there was no remote. So he did what any dumb criminal would do. He returned to the store to steal it. He was arrested shortly after entering the store.
Huh. Oh, I so want this to be true. Come on, true.
It's
True.
false.
I'm going true.
False. I kind of
Damn it.
wanted it to be true as well, but it is in fact false.
Y'all hear about the guy that bought a TV online the other day, got it home and plugged it in, and it was one of those McDonald's display screens.
I did see that story.
Oh.
Yeah. He like bought it on Facebook Marketplace or
Yeah.
something. Yeah. And it was a McDonald's menu. It wasn't a TV. All right, Dee Dee. This one's called Heads Up. Steve Reeves stole a police helmet from the back of a patrol car in Newcastle upon Tyne, England. Over the next few hours, Steve posted online pictures of himself wearing the helmet and having a laugh. What Steve didn't know was that all British police helmets have built-in GPS trackers, so it wasn't long before it was found and he was arrested for stealing government property.
Oh my God, that sounds just like something I would do.
I'm going to say true.
It is false.
Okay. I almost said false because there's so many details.
Well, and I don't know. Do they have trackers in their helmets? That seems
No.
weird.
Okay.
Although they should, because it's actually a fun game here when you go out and get incredibly drunk, that you might try stealing one of the policemen's helmets and running off with it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I definitely would do that.
But it has to be the proper helmets. It can't be the flat caps that they wear. It's got to be the proper helmet.
The social media part was probably true. The person posting pictures, like we were talking about, but the GPS made
Yeah.
it wrong, probably.
We do see that a lot. People doing during the summer of love, people were like jumping on police cars and stuff and then posting videos of themselves doing it. It's like, what are we doing here? Like you're literally destroying government property. Why would you post that?
Do you want to know the weirdest thing about police helmets in the UK?
Yes.
Yes.
Police officers have to, by law, allow a pregnant woman to urinate in their hat if need be.
What?
Why?
That's disturbing.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Oh my God, y'all's country is so backwards.
why would there be a need for that? Is my question.
Do they walk around with pregnancy tests to find out if she's pregnant or not before they let her?
And whether or not it was one of the royal horses.
That's
Those helmets are made of wood, aren't they? That's why cops are called wooden tops. Not that they ever seem to wear those proper helmets anymore.
I should do a show going over like all the dumb like laws that are still on the books. Because apparently it's not just the United States that has those. Apparently it's all over the
we had
world.
So many. Remember, we have a lot more because we've had laws a lot longer.
Oh yeah.
It's true.
Don't we have one here about something about a horse riding through town after sundown? Some
There's
crap like that.
something about you can't have a ice cream cone in your back pocket on
Yep.
a Sunday or something like that. Yeah.
No, you can't ride a horse with an ice cream cone in your back pocket.
Something like that.
Because
Tell me
horses
what
like
to do.
ice
I'm
cream, and
American.
it's how you used to make them follow you.
Well, you guys must have a lot. You guys have a lot of local laws, so I guess you probably have a lot more silly laws overall. I would have thought.
True. I
Our
remember
best law, though,
seeing-
was that Kennesaw one where you have to maintain a firearm in your house.
That's
Yep.
still on the books.
Yep.
Good
That's
one.
why I'm not allowed to live in Kennesaw.
Mm.
Well, I mean,
I thought
I don't think they enforce the law necessarily, but it is still a law in the books that if you
No.
are a property owner, you must have a firearm. You must also own a firearm.
yeah,
See,
they don't. But I thought you just couldn't be near a school or a playground.
No, I'm still on probation. I can't live there.
All right, Erica, you're next. This one's called Who Dis? 3 men in Dallas, Texas were about to break into a car when one of them accidentally butt dialed 911.
Ooh.
The 3 were caught mid break-in, arrested, and charged.
I'm gonna say true.
It is true.
Ooh.
Oh, come among us.
Good job, Erica.
Finally.
Do you have another point? So you have 2 points now, right?
Yes, I have 2 points.
All right, Colonel Angus, Tag Your It is the name of your question.
Not it.
Shoplifter Jacob Wise of Tulsa, Oklahoma, had cleverly removed security tags from clothes he was stealing from a store, but the alarm still went off as Wise strolled through the exit door. It seems he had merely put the removed
Tags in his
tags in his pockets.
As a former shoplifter when I was a teenager, allegedly. Yeah, true.
It's true. I cannot believe it's true, but that is true.
That makes so much sense.
Holy cannoli.
Hey, you want to hear my shoplifting story?
I do.
All right.
I do.
I was about 14 years old. I went to the Kmart across the street from the high school, and I would steal cassette tapes, and they used to come in them big old rack things.
Oh yeah.
And so I grabbed about 6 or 7 of them and go to the bathroom and pull out my pocket knife, pop them, pop, 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 pop. And so I'm sitting there on the toilet doing that and sticking them in my pockets and in my hoodie, my sweater. And somebody comes in, uses the bathroom, and leaves. So I get up out of the stall, and I go throw the cases in the trash. And something told me, he's like, man, you just need to get rid of them things. Pull them out, throw them in the trash, and get on. Dumbass me, being 14 years old, didn't. I opened up the door, and there's a security guard leaning up against the wall. And he said, don't run because I'm faster than you. Let's go in the back. And he takes me in the back, pats me down, pulls out all the tapes. And the whole time he's pulling them out, he's like, that gun, you got some good taste, man. Led Zeppelin, Heart, Dio. Nice. You got good taste.
Oh, man.
I know it's bad, but that was a good story.
That was a good story.
Oh, thank you.
Plus, like 14 is when you're supposed to learn life lessons like that,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, I was banned from Kmart after that. No more blue light special for me.
Oh, you've never had a Kmart sandwich after that either, did you?
I like them big old pretzels they had.
Oh, yes.
I don't know anything about this sandwiches and pretzels and stuff.
Oh, really?
There was a Kmart right by the house, Katie.
Yeah, but
used
we
to-
didn't
Oh, that's
ha-
right. It probably closed before you were born.
No, we used to go there, but I never got sandwiches or pretzels from there.
Well, it's 'cause your parents were poor.
That's true. There's 5 kids in my family.
My parents were poor too, but when we went to Kmart, we got the sub sandwich.
We would get every now and again, we could use our allowance to get an icy from
Yeah, the
Kmart.
ices at Kmart.
And I would always get the blue one. I don't know what
I
flavor
knew you were
blue
going to say
is.
that.
Blue raspberry.
The blue, I would get the blue mixed with Coca-Cola, like half and half.
Good
Delicious.
times. Good times.
I haven't had a icy in like probably 20 years. It sounds delicious right now.
You just go down to
Our-
Kmart
I
and steal one.
could go for one right about now.
I like and put a little rum in there or something. It would be delicious.
Mm.
Our
Let's put this on
White
pause and let's
Castle.
all go up to go up to Kmart and get us one.
White Castle was our treat.
I love White Castle. White Castle is something I miss living in the South.
Greasy
Yeah.
waffle.
that
we got
Crystal?
Crystals, but not White Castle.
Crystal is
same
not the
thing.
same. It is
Crystal
absolutely
nothing like a White Castle. No,
Crystal is
it's
not the
even
same as
close.
no.
It is the same thing. A bunch of
It-
Yankees.
Is not the same thing. It's close. It's not the same.
Yeah, no,
Like
no.
something about the bread at White Castle like soaks up the alcohol at 2 a.m. so you can function.
Yeah, like I
Way
said,
better.
same thing.
Way better than Taco Bell. Way
Now
better.
we just have Waffle House to soak up alcohol around here.
Waffle House. Show of hands, how many people here's got in a fight in the Waffle House parking lot?
I've never been to a Waffle House.
You actually got to the parking lot?
You made
Yeah,
it to
I
the
had to.
parking lot. Yeah, we took it outside.
Yep, they told us don't do that inside.
Yeah, so we went out and did it.
Damn it, Angus! Now you're going to make me admit that I got into a fight at a Waffle House.
Excellent.
Damn it!
Well, that's 3 points for each of us.
Oh shoot! How many of you
I'm
got in
going
a fight
with
with the
Colonel
staff
Angus, yeah.
at Waffle House?
Have
Hey,
you
yo,
ever?
You
Mama,
don't fight the
good to
staff.
see you.
You're going to lose that one.
All right. Well,
We
you guys
would-
are talking. I'm going to take a potty break because you guys have the show under control right now. You
No,
guys are
we're
in
done.
charge.
We're done. Go ahead.
We would go to Ramshorn.
Get the dogs a bone on your way out.
Has anybody heard of Ramshorn?
No. What is that?
I thought that was something
Oh.
they put in the erectile dysfunction stuff.
Homer, come here, buddy.
It's like a. Have you heard of Denny's?
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, so Ramshorn was like a Denny's.
Ah.
So like
And-
Shane's.
They have disappeared. So there is nowhere to go for like breakfast at 9:25 at night.
It's because all us Gen X folks done got too old to be DUIing.
Yes. Yes.
All right, so
now, people, remember, your mama's in the house, and your mama is my mama. So behave your ass.
hey, mama, we love you.
She's been
Is
at
she
the
there?
ballet, it says.
All right. Did you guys say anything to get my channel banned?
Nope.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Never.
We were on our best behavior because your mama's here.
That's
Oh,
right.
is she here?
Yeah.
News Now
my mom's
Media
here,
reminded
guys.
us.
And-
Please behave yourselves.
And we're all waiting for Netflix to pick this up so we can,
Oh,
we
definitely.
can all be famous.
Keep waiting.
Whose turn is it?
Who
News
knows?
now.
Oh gosh.
The next players.
Okay.
News now.
News now. This one is called Coordinates. A pair of thieves broke into the offices of a California startup and stole office equipment. In addition to stealing laptops, a 3D printer, and 2 4K monitors, they took 2 boxes from the office filled with the company's signature device, a GPS tracker for packages. The company was able to track the stolen goods to Alameda, where the thieves were arrested.
And little known fact, it was a red stapler.
You're gonna have to reread that because halfway through my mind started going somewhere else.
Wondering? Right. Okay. So a pair of thieves broke into the offices of a California startup and stole office equipment. In addition to stealing laptops, a 3D printer, 2 4K monitors, they took 2 boxes from the office filled with the company's signature device, a GPS tracker for packages. The company was able to track the stolen goods to Alameda, where the thieves were arrested.
So they broke into a startup and stole the GPS trackers and thought they weren't going to be tracked.
Well, it sounds like they stole 2 boxes of like whatever they were making there and didn't know what it was, but it happened to be the startup was making GPS trackers.
Yeah, we're going to have to go with the audience on this one.
Ooh, do you want me to poll them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and my stapler has never been found. I'm gonna burn this place to the ground.
Well, the stapler, all it does is put metal through stuff and bend it up.
Yeah, but it's my stapler. It's my stapler. They said I could keep it.
Did you work there? And was it actually gifted to you, or was it an office supply that you had to return at your desk because you didn't get to take the desk home?
It was when they moved me to the storage room.
Oh,
Come on,
well,
man,
in that
office
case-
space. You never
in
seen
that
office
case,
space?
yeah, I can see that in that case.
All right, I'll reread it for the audience. A pair of thieves broke into the offices of a California startup and stole office equipment. In addition to stealing laptops, a 3D printer, and 2 4K monitors, they took 2 boxes from the office filled with the company's signature device, a GPS tracker for packages. The company was able to track the stolen goods to Alameda, where the thieves were arrested.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here. Your mama says she thinks she read when that happened. So whatever she thinks, I'm going to go with because she's never wrong.
That is true.
Good answer.
And the question is true.
Oh, so I was right both ways?
You were.
All right. Thank you so much, your mama.
Let me get Erica back in here and put you back in the right spot. Okay, Erica, News Now Enemy got that correct for the
Okay, I
scorebook.
got that. So it's Ben's turn.
I believe
Yes.
so.
I think I put everybody back in the correct order.
Doggy's moved, I think. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Oh, there we go. All right,
Perfect.
everybody's back. All right, this
I
one's
think
called
those doggies need a bone, but you go ahead with your show.
This one is called Flushed Out. Corey Swaffer and Brad Jones thought they had hit the big time when they discovered an abandoned tunnel they believed led under the local bank vault in Salton Sea, California. Working one weekend, they drilled up into the vault, only to find it was the town's sewage tank. The pair was arrested a short time later, covered in the evidence.
What a crappy plan.
Well, I believe I've gone true with my first two, but I'm acutely aware that it's some kind of logical fallacy to say that therefore this one is less likely to be true. But I don't know, it just all sounds a bit too good to be true that they would be covered in crap, awful stuff. So I'm going to say false.
It is false. That is correct. And we did get a super chat from Dee Dee. Thank you so much.
Well, that was some
$5.
BS.
Can I pet that dog?
I
Yes.
bet that dog.
Oh,
There you go.
so
I pet that dog before.
stop.
There you go.
So final round score. Doc has 2. Win has 2. Dee Dee has 3. I have 2. Colonel has 3.
Oh,
News Now has 2. And Ben has 3.
I'm cheating.
I'm not losing to Erica anymore.
So I forgot to pay attention. Who's winning?
Colonel
me.
Inglis
Oh,
and I are
great.
tied.
Really?
Yeah, we're
You
gonna have
know,
a
but
self wrestle.
I also didn't have a
Dee
BS
Dee.
question at the beginning of the show. So,
Dee Dee,
7.22.
Colonel, and Ben.
Okay. Ben coming up from behind. How about that?
ooh, yeah, Ben.
All right. We'll do 2 more rounds. Is that
Sorry,
sound
your
fair,
mama.
everybody? Okay.
Sure.
This one's for Doc. The Fajita Bandit. For 9 years, the Texas Justice Department had been paying for fajita deliveries. The only problem was that the facility didn't serve fajitas. Turns out that when the employee who normally received food shipments was on vacation, he was discovered to have stolen $1,251,578 worth of fajitas and was selling the meat on the black market.
Okay. So I'm trying to understand it. Who was ordering fajitas?
It was the Texas Justice Department. So they were ordering fajitas for the prisoners, it sounds like.
Okay.
But the prison didn't serve fajitas.
Okay.
Sounds like normal government stuff, actually.
Yeah, I'm about ready to say.
I'm actually looking into this right now with Doge, and we're going to get to the bottom of this.
I'm going to have to say that one's false because that takes a little bit of planning to be considered a stupid criminal.
It is actually true, and I hadn't heard of this one, but one that I did cover on my channel was about chicken wings in the Chicago public school system, where the exact same thing was happening, where whoever was in charge of ordering the school lunches was ordering chicken wings and selling them to a restaurant to sell, and about the same, I want to say it was millions of dollars of chicken wings. And they found it because the school system doesn't serve chicken with bones in it because of the choking hazard. So that's how they were discovered. So yeah, this is true.
We're going to change that. Doge is making sure that all our chicken wings will now have bones because the children deserve to be able to make their own choices.
It's crazy though how the government employees can just embezzle millions of dollars with nobody noticing.
Right?
Nobody noticed. Like in 2 places this happened. I guess in Texas with fajitas too.
Look at the billions of dollars Doge has uncovered.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm obviously in the wrong business. I should work for the government.
Well, you think about it, the government is so big, so it's easy for some corruption to take place. And yes, every so often, the government needs to do a true audit of itself to find that corruption, find that waste, and eliminate it.
That's good. Hopefully we all get a bunch of money back from our taxes.
Trillions of dollars missing right before 9/11.
I haven't been really paying that close attention, but I think here in Georgia, didn't Stacey Abrams embezzle $2 million or something like that they just uncovered? Yeah. That's my tax money. I want it back.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
Well, if you can pick up Stacey Abrams, you can have it.
I cannot. I definitely cannot. Dan, you're up next. This is called Flightless Bird. Owen Jones and Carrie Moles drunkenly broke into a Queensland, Australia SeaWorld and kidnapped a poor penguin named Dirk. The two later released the penguin into the nearby canal, but were spotted by locals who called police. Jones and Moles were fined 1,000 Australian dollars each. Dirk was returned to SeaWorld unharmed.
Oh, come on. That is just the most Australian thing ever. It's got to be true.
It is true. It's true. It is a very Australian story. It is true.
I remember when that happened. I was so envious because I want a penguin so bad.
Right.
That's my spirit animal.
Yeah.
I love penguins.
Yeah.
I actually, in Gatlinburg, there's an aquarium where you can pay extra for a penguin experience, and you get to pet a penguin. And I did that, and I'm like giddy thinking about it. My penguin's name was Joey, and he was adorable, and I love him, and I go back and visit him every chance I get.
I just found out there's one in North Georgia where you can do that, and you can do it with sloths, penguins, what's it, capybaras?
Wow.
Yeah.
Go to the Falkland Islands. They'll let you take a penguin for free.
Right.
You English.
Next question for Dee Dee. Genuine Article is the name of this one.
No. It's Win.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
No,
so
I'm just
sorry.
being-
No, Dan just answered.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
He did. He did the penguin one,
And he got a point.
Oh, okay.
And and he
Okay.
got a point.
What about Doc? I'm sorry.
Did you get a point, Doc? I don't remember.
No, I got that wrong.
He was
Okay,
wrong.
sorry.
All right, Dee Dee. A Chinese burglar broke into a well-to-do Hubei home, stealing thousands of dollars worth of jewels. When police questioned him about a couple of the larger diamonds, he admitted to flushing them down the toilet after thinking they were too big to be genuine. They weren't.
False.
Ooh.
True or false?
I'm going to say false.
It is actually true.
Oh,
True.
Colonel was mouthing the words. I should have gone with true.
I don't trust him. I wouldn't
I
trust
know.
him.
I wouldn't trust me either.
Especially since
But I
we're
think it just
tied.
happened like 6 months ago.
All right, Erica, you ready?
Yes.
Who can you trust?
Not Colonel Angus.
Oh.
Eloise Reeves approached a policeman and asked him to help her get her money back for the poor quality crack cocaine she just purchased.
Oh, yeah.
Eloise showed him the crack, which she had tucked away in her mouth, and he placed her under arrest.
I'm going to say true.
It is true. That is
Yeah.
a true story.
I hope they did.
That sounds like a true story.
Yeah.
I do
does
hope
sound
that they
like-
arrested that crack dealer for selling bad quality crack.
I don't think that's how it works.
Anybody that's ever bought oregano knows.
There's a worse one than that. There is a YouTuber who, before he became a YouTuber, was selling drugs. He called the police because one of the people he was selling drugs to didn't want to pay him for the drugs. He just sold them.
People are idiots, man.
Yeah, I think there was one on YouTube the other day I was watching where the girl called and said that they scammed her out of the weed she was trying to buy.
Yeah,
Wow.
have y'all seen that one? It's a body cam one where a police officer shows up and the lady's upset. Have you seen that, Katie?
I
Yeah.
think I've played it on my
Uh-huh.
show before.
Okay,
yeah.
And then the lady's like, "I'm not a drug dealer. I'm just a prostitute." And it's
Yeah.
like,
She
Yep.
was selling bad crack.
Yep.
yes. Yeah.
Mm.
Erica, you just went, right? So it's Colonel Angus's turn.
Correct.
Colonel, this one's
Yes,
called
ma'am.
Book Lover.
A book lover?
Book Lover.
BOOK.
Correct.
All right.
Peter Graben loved to read and hold on a second. This is worded weird. Peter Graben loved to read and own books.
Words are hard.
Seriously. Okay, so let me start.
I'm
over.
with you.
Peter Graben loved to read and own books. He was a regular at the Highcliffe Library in Dorset, UK. One evening, on the way home from the pub, he decided to break into the library and cart home a load of books. Police turned up at his house to arrest him the next day after finding his library card at the scene of the crime.
Isn't that a filiophile? Somebody who's addicted to having books.
I wouldn't know. I don't know.
Because I love books. Left his library card,
Yep.
which would imply he pulled out his library card to break in to Jimmy the Lock.
Could be.
I'm going to say false.
It is false. That is correct.
Boom, baby. Filiophiles for the win.
All right. Colonel Angus takes the lead.
Oh, I'm going to get that crime book yet.
This one is for News No Enemy,
Excuse me.
but I kind of wish Kafer was here for this one. It is entitled "Cookie is a Monster."
Just the cookie.
All right, News No Enemy. Cookie is a monster. The home cooked cookie company of Aspen, Colorado is easy to find due to the 15-foot cookie that hangs above its doorway. Not only is the cookie big, it is also very heavy. As John Wheaton found out, he was attempting to steal it. The cookie fell onto him, pinning him to the ground until police arrived to arrest him.
Oh, so somebody is it what kind of cookie was it? Oatmeal raisin or chocolate chip?
You have all the information that I have. All the information is in the card.
It had to be an oatmeal raisin, or else I wouldn't have tried to. I mean, they wouldn't have tried to take it.
Yeah, chocolate chip just ain't worth it. But
Oatmeal raisin all the way, baby.
Are you guys crazy? Chocolate chip is so much better than oatmeal raisin.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Not in any way. No.
You guys
So
are
much
nuts.
better.
Now oatmeal raisins that are overcooked and get hard and stale. Yeah.
What if it was a
chocolate chip hard and stale is better than oatmeal raisin hard and stale, but a fresh cookie, oatmeal raisin blows away a chocolate chip by far.
what if it was a fig Newton?
Ooh.
That's not even a cookie. That's
what I said, Colonel Angus. Thank you very much. That's what
This
I
is the
said.
first argument there's been since I've joined.
Wait, isn't a fig Newton more like a coffee cake?
Yep.
That's not a cookie.
Yeah, it's not a cookie. Not a cookie.
Hey, it could have been a flapjack.
I have no idea what the question was anymore, so hopefully the audience was paying attention.
Did the guy try to steal the cookie or not? It pinned him.
Oh, he tried to take the sign and the sign fell on him and he got stuck underneath the sign.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
got pinned underneath a cookie sign.
I can see dummies taking cookie signs, but there's too much deliciousness in this story for it to be true.
So your answer is
False.
correct.
Yeah. Because fake news are not cookies.
They're
That's
not.
kinda
Not
like-
in any way, shape, or form.
I kind of like this debate, though.
All right. Katie said your next dog's name is
Newton.
Newton.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, your
Big
mama's
Newton.
dog's name is Wonton Noodle.
Yeah, my mom's dog's name is Wonton Noodle. He came with that name though, and it was cute, so she kept it.
Okay, wonton noodle is the dog.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay.
apparently, all the dogs in that litter were named after different Chinese food dishes. So,
That's because for the first 6 months, that's all they ate.
yeah,
Oh,
Was one of the dogs named we no see your cat, no ask no more.
it is Ben's turn.
this is where it all comes off the rails for me.
Yes.
This question is called Hole in One. A Tallahassee man, Johnny McMasters, thought he would outsmart a jewelry store's security system by cutting a hole in the roof and dropping in for the jewels. Unfortunately, Johnny was standing on the hole as he finished cutting it, dropping him into the store, producing a broken leg and a 3-year jail sentence. So is that true or false? And extra points if you can name the story that I covered on my channel where somebody was dropping in to rob places by cutting holes in the roof of a business.
I sort of can't get past. I don't follow golf much, but I can't get past the fact that it's Johnny McMasters, and isn't there like the Masters for golf? It kind
That's
of
true.
seems
Yeah.
a bit of a coincidence. So based on that alone, because otherwise I don't have much of an inkling, I'm going to say false.
It is false. That's correct. Can
I was getting
any
them all wrong before I joined.
Ben coming in.
4
Okay.
extra
Yeah.
points?
Yeah.
4 extra points. Can anybody name the episode or the name of the person who was cutting holes in businesses' roofs to rob them? I covered it on my channel.
Ben Dover.
Not correct. It was one of the first ones I covered, so you'd have to go way back to know this one.
Katie Zed with holes
I
in the
wasn't watching your
story.
show back then.
It's actually the Jeffrey Manchester story. It's called Roofman, and they're making a movie about this case that I covered like 2 years ago, starring Channing Tatum, coming out next year. I'm very excited. Yeah.
I remember the Roof Man one.
Yeah,
Is that why Channing Tatum put on all that weight?
maybe. No, because the actual dude was very skinny, so probably not for that role.
I saw the
Um,
other day that he's not taking any more fat rolls because it was too much for him to lose the weight.
Makes sense.
He's so vain.
Do you want to go over the scores, Erica?
Okay. So Doc has 2. Win has 3. Dee Dee has 3. I have 2. Colonel has 3.
4.
4.
Oh,
He
Colonel.
got his right. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't see
Oh,
me.
okay. Okay. News Now has 3, and Ben has 4 too.
Holy cow! Talk about coming from behind.
How many
Well,
more questions are there?
Don't
Ben
get your
missed the
channel
first round of questions,
canceled.
though. He came in late.
I think this is the last round, right? We're doing
Yep.
okay. So this is the last round,
7.
and then we might have to go to sudden death.
Oh,
All right, Doc. This one's called Nice Car, Dude. A cop who was making extra cash through drugs and prostitution was brought to justice after driving his $170,000 Ferrari to work.
Mm.
Osman Akbal, a policeman based in Birmingham, England, was jailed for 7 years for running a brothel.
Well, I'm going to say that is stupid. You got to have that extra income
It is called Dumb Criminals.
Yeah.
Well,
so-
they actually charged him for selling bad crack.
I think I actually visited that one.
A
Hello?
brothel,
in
though.
England?
I do recall hearing about something like this. I don't know exactly where it was, but I just because I have not engaged the audience yet, I'm going to go ahead and ask for a poll.
All right. We will do the poll. Oh, I have to end the old poll for. I'm like, why won't it let me do a poll? Because I still had the old poll going. That's why.
Katie, I found a new good podcast you might enjoy.
Oh yeah.
It's called Crook County. It's about this guy who,
It's about Chicago.
yep, it's about this guy. He interviews his dad over the course of a few years.
Mhm.
And he started out as just a bad thug and then got pulled into the syndicate. And then he ended up being a paramedic and a firefighter. But then his life is ruined with drugs. And I'm on like episode 6. I think there's 10 total. It's pretty good.
Interesting.
Pretty good one.
Yeah, send me a link. Do you know how I know when you said Crook County was the name of the podcast that I knew it was in Chicago? Because that's what
County?
everybody calls
Yeah.
the city of Chicago.
Yeah, I believe
Who's
it.
from
It's pretty good.
So right now, 83% of the audience is saying true. If you want to give them another couple, I'll reread the question and let them answer. A cop who was making extra cash through drugs and prostitution was brought to justice after driving his $170,000 Ferrari to work. Osman Akbal, a policeman based in Birmingham, England, was jailed for 7 years for running a brothel. And now 83% of the audience is saying true. So what do you think, Doc?
Well, I'm going to have to go with true. I really do recall hearing about a case like this.
It is true. The audience was correct. Good job, audience.
All right, audience. Sway for you.
Dan, this one's called Home Run. Drake the Snake Bryson was a sergeant at arms in an outlaw biker club based in El Paso, Texas. Drake's job was to keep order in the club and settle any disputes. After a recent bar brawl, Drake was quickly arrested when a receipt for the purchases of a baseball bat used in the fight was found on the bar floor, complete with his credit card details. True or false?
Ask the audience.
Ask the audience. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys
Is
are
an
making it
outlaw
work.
biker going to keep the receipt for a baseball bat? He'd probably just steal one, I would think.
I mean, you never know.
Well, part of my thing is actually there was a wrestler called Drake the Snake.
Yeah.
Jake the Snake.
Jake the Snake. Yeah.
Jake the Snake, yeah.
Erica hates snakes.
I wish they'd have given.
I do.
I wish they'd have
No,
given
there
the
was-
name of the biker gang because it's got to be the Outlaws if they're out of Texas.
Yeah, it's the Outlaws. I think that is the name of it.
After Jake the Snake, there was actually another wrestler called Drake the Snake.
Oh. Funny story about the outlaw biker gangs. Do you guys watch Survivor at all?
Nope.
Do you
I got
remember
it.
there was a contestant on Survivor? It was, I forget his first name, but it was Hans, but it was the nephew. Not the
Yeah, I remember him.
okay.
He kind of was
apparently
psycho.
he just got arrested because he apparently was part of the outlaw biker gang in Texas or Louisiana or somewhere, and
Wow.
he just got arrested for there was murder charges involved. It was like a RICO thing that he was one of the people arrested. I briefly read an article about it like 2 weeks ago, so I don't have all the details, but it wasn't Russell Hance. It was his nephew, whatever his nephew's name was, that got
Yeah,
kicked
I
off
did-
the game.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, he got kicked off. You could see in his eyes. He was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how else to put it. It's just there was something not altogether with him.
Yeah, he was nuts. Like on the show, he was nuts, and apparently he got swept up in that RICO investigation, and it was like robberies, and it was some gang fights going back and forth over turf, and people got killed, and he was part of it. The people who got arrested. recently. I'll have to like pull an article for Crimeland, I guess.
I met the sergeant at arms of the North Carolina group of the Hells Angels, and he was one of the nicest guys I've ever met.
Yeah.
He came up and told his old lady was our waitress at a restaurant we frequent at break time, and he came over and said, "Hey, my old lady says y'all are very kind to her, very respectful, and I appreciate it." He handed me his business card, said, "If you ever need anything up here, you let me know."
Very good. Okay, so we were polling the audience. Is that what was happening?
Yep.
Yes, for win.
Okay, so 57% of the audience says false, 43% says true. So how did you want to answer that question?
I'm going to go with Mr. Z and say false.
It is false. That is correct. People stacking up points this round. How about that?
Anybody knows anything about the outlaw biker gang? It's Mr. Zed.
Right.
Okay, so as of right now, Win and Ben are in first place.
It's all or nothing, baby. Yeah, 5-4s.
But
So,
we're at D, so people still need to take their last turn.
Yep.
This
Come
one's
on,
called
Dee.
Baker's Dozen. A thief who broke into a Melbourne bakery became trapped in a locked storeroom. He was captured on CCTV stacking containers and chairs in a desperate attempt to escape. Cameras rolled for 30 minutes as he attempted and fell to the ground at least 5 times. The burglar eventually freed himself and handed himself in. True or false?
Why would he turn himself in?
I'd have her repeat the question.
I will repeat the question. A thief broke into a Melbourne bakery, became trapped in a locked storeroom. He was captured on CCTV stacking containers and chairs in a desperate attempt to escape. Cameras rolled for 30 minutes as he attempted and fell to the ground at least 5 times. The burglar eventually freed himself and handed himself in.
I'm going to say false.
It is true.
Oh, good grief. I'm off my game tonight.
I had to reread it because I thought she had said like a freezer, and if anybody's ever been in a freezer, them things are impossible to get out of.
Yeah.
Erica, you ready? Did we lose Erica? We lost Erica.
Oh no.
Bah, bah, bah.
Let's see if she pops back in. We'll go on to Colonel Angus, and then if she pops back in, we'll give her her question when she gets here. Colonel, you ready?
Yeah, I probably wanted the other question, but that's all right. Go ahead.
This one is called drifting.
Yeah, you wanted the next question. Definitely.
I'll save that one for Erica. We'll save drifting for Erica. You'll get the next question.
Well,
This
I
one
do
is
drive
called,
a fast car, but I don't drift in it.
This one is called Bears.
All right.
Travis Grader was a poacher in Minnesota and could get $20,000 for bear parts. As bear hunting is legal in Minnesota, Travis thought he would advertise his kills on the internet to sell them faster. Cops in Wisconsin bought a bear, which Travis shipped, violating federal law. True or false?
Gummers.
You know those bear knees are really valuable, and they
just $20 grand for bear parts.
Yep.
That came with an elbow too.
Read her one more time, please.
Travis Grader, a poacher in Minnesota, could get $20,000 for bear parts. As bear hunting is legal in Minnesota, Travis thought he would advertise his kills on the internet to sell them faster. Cops in Wisconsin bought a bear, which Travis shipped, violating federal law.
All right. They said $20,000 for bear parts, not necessarily $20,000 for parts of a bear. And shipping a wildlife animal is illegal, because you're not even supposed to take it out of the daggum county. All right, for all the marbles and all the bear parts, I'm going to say true.
It's false.
God damn it.
Erica, I saved your card for you.
Okay, sorry.
It's actually
I
my
got
card, but
knocked
go
off.
ahead.
It's not your card. You
No,
wait,
no,
I
no,
start.
it's your-
Wait a minute. I started to read this next card, and you said, "No, I want the next one. That's Erica's card." So I set
I
it
said I
aside.
should have said
That
this
is
card.
true. That is true, Katie said. You
Hey,
have
so
one
Angus,
missing.
wait.
if
But you don't get a point for that.
Angus, if you, me, and Ben think this through, we can just keep tying this up, and Katie's stuck here in a never-ending loop of having to read these questions.
Before we get to Erica's
I'm already
question,
out.
Yeah.
going-
So did Colonel?
No
No.
point for Colonel.
Oh,
no points.
loser.
Before we get to
Oh,
your
the doggy
question,
need a
thank
bone.
you so much for the super chat. The
Homer.
pooches do look hungry.
They look like me at work.
Here you go, homie.
Here. They had such a long day today.
Oh,
Mr.
Homer
Zed
did well,
mowed
too.
the lawn, and they chased the lawnmower the whole time. Xena, there you go. They not only chased the lawnmower all day, but they also went for a ride with Mr. Zed to the store. So they're a little conked out right now.
They pooched.
Yep. All right, Erica, are you ready for your
Okay.
question?
I'm ready.
This is called drifting. Greg and Waza loved stealing boats, and living on the south coast of England gave them ample opportunity. After stealing a 65-foot fair line from Lymington, they decided to celebrate on board the boat. They were later found asleep and arrested by the Coast Guard after the boat was seen drifting towards Old Harry Rocks, which I assume is a place.
Oh, that's got to be a joke in there somewhere.
Negative.
On the keyboard.
False.
Correct. That is false.
Yeah.
I knew I should have took that one.
I'm loving all the England related questions, by the way. It's making me feel right at home, so thank you.
Yeah, you would, you limey.
Wow.
With all due respect,
Don't
of course.
stop
No, it's
picking
fine.
on the limey, you damn redneck.
Hey, I'm not
So-
a redneck.
Wait. Because I live less than 1 mile from the Big Chicken in Marietta. Does that make me a redneck?
Yep.
That's correct. Speaking of the Big
News.
Chicken, this is your question, Big Chicken Man. This one
News
is
now.
entitled LOL. A burglar was discovered hiding in the attic of a house in Blackpool, England, after the owner of the house told a joke and heard laughing coming from upstairs. He called the police and the burglar was arrested. I did also cover a story on my channel for extra points of people living in the walls of people's houses.
Let me do
I-
some
I-
typing real quick. Oh, wait, I'm not allowed to do that? Okay, so reread the first part of the question because why was he telling a joke?
A burglar was discovered hiding in the attic of a house in Blackpool, England, after the owner of the house told a joke and heard laughing coming from upstairs. He called the police and the burglar was arrested. So they were just talking in their living room and the burglar heard something funny and laughed out loud.
See, it doesn't mention the second person. It just mentions he told a joke.
Maybe
Out
he
of
was
the blue.
talking to a camera on the internet. Who knows?
Do
Or
we
his
have a time
wife.
period on this? Because then we would know.
All of the information I have is in the card.
Oh, I'm going to have to go with the audience on this one because I don't have enough information here.
All right.
Reread it again for them.
I have
I
to
might
put
get
the
it.
poll up first.
I got to text my dad good night. I love him too. Make sure he's coming out to help me with this motorcycle. Anybody want to buy a motorcycle?
No.
good
Okay,
deal going on.
audience. I put the
Are you taking
poll.
offers? Because I was thinking about maybe.
You guys can talk offline about that. I'm going to read the question now. I just put the poll in the chat, and the question is: a burglar was discovered hiding in the attic of a house in Blackpool, England, after the owner of the house told a joke and heard laughing coming from upstairs. He called police, and the burglar was arrested. It is right now 67% are saying false, 33% are saying true. What do you think?
Dude walked in the house, told the joke, and somebody laughed upstairs.
Yep.
And the name of this game is what?
Dumb criminals.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say yeah. Yeah, I'll go with what the audience says.
It is actually false.
I thought that was true.
I would think so too. I did cover a story where it was in Hawaii where this guy was living in these people's like walls and thought he had some strange plan on how he's going to fix the family by doing lobotomies on them and stuff. I don't know. It was a very weird story. I covered it with the cowboy criminologist guy. Very strange story. I think that was late last year, maybe. I don't remember.
I remember that.
That was the creepiest story. Apparently, there's a name for
Yeah,
that.
in the attic.
It's called frogging. There's a name for
Yeah.
that when people live in your walls.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was.
have you seen the movie? There's a
very
movie about
creepy.
that too.
Oh, what the hell was
Oh,
his
and it's
name?
good.
Enrique Zeras or something?
It's so creepy.
Very.
Yeah, wasn't the guy's name Enrique Zeras or something?
Yeah, that is it. Yeah, it's something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah.
Too bad she didn't offer extra points.
I don't even know. Like, I can't even remember the guy's name. I can't very well offer extra points if I can't think of the guy's name, right? I think that was his name. Whose turn is it right now? Ben's turn, right?
Think so.
Yes.
This one's called Win-Win. Amy Ferguson of San Antonio, Texas, was caught and arrested after attempting to alter her lottery ticket in order to win the $20 prize. What Amy had failed to notice is she already had a winning $25,000 lottery ticket.
That sounds horribly plausible, so I'm going to say true.
It's actually false.
Oh, thank God I got one wrong. I was getting embarrassed.
So we have a tiebreaker
Okay.
between Ben and Win.
Okay. What does that show about the IQs of people on this continent?
It doesn't. It's
We are the greatest.
lucky.
We are the greatest continent. We've got the biggest IQs, the best IQs, I might say.
So how are we
What
going to
does IQ
do?
stand for?
It stands for IQ.
Yeah, Q.
Intelligence
'Cause
quotient.
I've heard
wasn't
of the Q. One thing on Star Trek.
Katie, give it
Yes.
to Ben because you know I won't take it anyway.
I can do that. I was trying to think of a good tiebreaker question. I like to come up with a question. I should have this prepared ahead of time. You'd think if I did my job right, like a question that's a number. So whoever
Oh,
gets
gosh.
closest. But I can't think of a question.
Give them a number and make them transfer it into Roman numerals.
Oh,
Wait, I can do that. Does that mean I get a point?
I know Ben can do that too.
do you?
I can do it.
Used to me.
Ben, come on.
I saw a meme recently that showed like Google searches of Roman numerals lining up exactly with when Super Bowls are happening. Like, yeah, they can show how many people are Googling something. Yeah, whenever the Super Bowl
Yeah.
comes around, people Google Roman numerals, apparently.
No, they know it's Super Bowl 52, but they'll still Google it.
Yep. So,
Americans
Ben,
are so stupid.
because Dan is bowing out, you are the winner of the show. And if you message me on Discord, you win one of these How to Get Away with Crime notebooks.
Oh,
It's just
thank
a
you very
blank
much
Ooh,
indeed.
So,
I love
yeah,
those
I
notebooks.
need one of those because I've been doing it wrong for so long.
I know. That's why you're on probation.
And if I just order one of those, I go ahead and get an invite to next month's game.
For sure. You always get an invite because you're a hoot.
Okay. Hey, for you English guys, a hoot means a fun redneck.
Gotta love a redneck.
Absolutely.
And
This-
here
Honestly.
was I just going with a hoot meant, mentally deficient.
Remember, I'm listening to Mile from the Big Chicken.
I was playing pool with some Scottish guys when I was working out of town one time, and I said, "Hey man, what does hootman mean?" And he goes, "Hootman, never heard of it. What is that? What even is that?" I was like, "Bugs Bunny used to say hootman all the time." They go, "That's not a freaking Scottish word."
I think it's hilarious that Colonel Angus is doing a Liverpool accent for a Scottish person right now.
It's not I get my foreigners mixed up all the time now.
And now
Okay,
he's doing
Ben.
Australia.
I
No,
couldn't do
Ben,
Scottish to
give
save
your
my life.
truth.
Katie, have I ever sent you my Where is Sasquatch video?
I don't think so.
Watch for it.
Okay.
Oh, shit, you got incoming.
This has been so much fun, guys. I'm going to play the outro, and I expect to see everyone back next month. I don't know when, but hopefully we'll schedule a date. Probably exactly 4 weeks from now. We'll see. Maybe
Definitely.
5.
Well, we'll see you tomorrow
Oh, yeah. I
at
forgot.
4:30.
4:30 tomorrow.
Yeah,
We are.
plug your link.
I should. Let me pull up my link. 4:30.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the story is about, but I'm intrigued.
So this dude, named Travis, can't remember his last name right now. Used to just have fun by calling in bomb threats and having places evacuated and stuff like that, and calling in swatting people and stuff like that. He thought it was a big joke, and then somebody ended up dying from it. So
Oh,
You mean Tyler Barris?
Tyler Barris, yep, that's his name, Tyler Barris. So
Yeah.
we're gonna
Not cool, man.
we're going to cover that. We're going to start off on my channel, and then we're going to talk about other doxing and swatting things on Doc's channel. So he's going to join my channel, and then we're going to go immediately from my channel over to his channel
okay,
and
perfect.
cover more stuff.
And we may have to be careful because my evil twin brother Dread Lanu might show up.
Okay.
Might, I don't know. Dread may stay away.
So we will see you all tomorrow at 4:30 Eastern right here on this channel, and then we'll direct you where to go from there. And I expect all of my audience to subscribe to Doc. He also live streams on Sundays, usually before me, but we're doing it a little backwards this time just because the way the story flows. I want to cover the murder part, obviously, right? So, and that's the way the story's beginning.
Oh, I don't know how Mr. Zed sleeps at night with you in the bed next to him.
He
you
sleeps
notice
comfortably.
He sleeps in the basement.
you notice the big dark circles under his eyes, right? I'm going to play the outro. If you guys want to stick around to chat afterwards, you're welcome to do that. If not, I will see you all in the chat. To the chat, thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it. Remember, if you're a member, you can come up and play next month. We'll see everybody tomorrow at 4:30 Eastern. Bye, guys.
See ya.
Love you.
Still can't make it out the cul-de-sac. It just step right side, step right back. Same muzzle top, make your matzah crack. You got the groove sideways, don't get sidetracked. You still ain't make it out the cul-de-sac. Backed up to the limit, last pass on my visit. Either dance or hit the path of the mastodon, get it. Shout out to MTV, shout out to Exhibit. Show me how to pimp my ride while I MTV cribbit. Miss Piggy Banks, Mr. Kermit Frog Ribbit. Missed in my tank, missing service by the minute. Gotta kick the universal suffragette exquisite and replace it with the new school sort of feudalism. But I gotta give away the Yankee doodleism. I don't know about